Grand Rising, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything is going as planned. This is Denzimus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empires free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. Share the video, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. That's very important for the YouTube algorithms. So this kind of videos are able to reach out to other people that are not on this channel and they don't have access to this content, okay? So help other chosen ones find us. Empaths, light workers, spiritual gifted people, and black sheep of the family. Once activated, there's no going back. Somewhere along your journey, chosen ones, you are going to be activated to triggered. First of all, you need to be triggered to awaken. After the awakening, you will be activated to step into your power. When you activate, somewhere after the trigger, you will start to see the evil behind the veil. You're able to see and understand that probably you've got evil parents. Understand that you've got evil parents. You will start to see evil behaviors amongst your friends. You will start to see you've been married to a psychopath, a narcissist, evil person. You will also probably understand, come to that realization that you have been actually working a very toxic job for the last couple of years. Now, there are some people who wake up and they may go back to sleep, even at least even for a couple of months, for a while. I do not know any chosen one who wakes up and they go back to sleep. It's not possible. When you start to see the dirt that has been going on in your life, the kind of lifestyle that you've been living, all these entities, evil people that have been around you, you start to understand all the spiritual activity that has been going on behind the scenes. Your eyes open up and you start to see what has been behind the veil. I can promise you, if you're a chosen one, a real chosen one, you'll never go back to sleep. So that is when you're going to start to make very conscious decisions to break free from your past. So you're going to start to leave everything behind. You will leave everything behind because you see, when you know the problem, you see, you could have spent so many years of your life trying to figure out very simple things in your life. Okay, maybe a little bit complicated stuff in your life, and you couldn't have answers to what was going on. The moment you have been chosen to awaken, I can promise you, chosen ones, all these things are going to be thrown in front of you. You will be able to know the reason why you was fired from that job. You're able to see why your parents have always been treated you in a certain way. You're able to see why your partner has been very horrible towards you. They have been doing a lot of evil stuff behind your back. You're going to know the friends who betrayed you way back in time and what they did, how they did it. You will know what they did, how they did it, and why they did it. What, why, and how. And I can promise you, the moment your eyes have opened to that, your life can never be the same. You will never be able to see life the same that you've always done way back in time. Your parents will never feel the same. Okay, if you've been the black sheep of the family, you're being activated to awaken. Your parents, you never look at them the same way. it is going to be very painful because you are realizing now you have got to leave your parents behind. Okay, you have got to leave family members behind. A lot of you guys have been awakened in job places. You're going to realize that you've been doing this job for years. You've been going in circles. Nothing has been happening. It's like you've been moving from one place and coming back to the same place over year after year, decade after decade, and you're thinking that that job wasn't serving you in any way. You're seeing the job for what it is. You're seeing the toxicity inside that job. You're seeing the wickedness in the church. You are seeing everything in broad daylight. I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, the world that is going on behind the veil is not the world that you will see regularly on the 3D, and is not the world that many people see. So that's the reason why you see sometimes when you have gone through certain experiences and you sit down with people to explain to them what they really have to see. You see, there is the world that they see on that 3D. There's another world that they don't see on the 5D. You are seeing this world on the 5D, and you cannot explain that language on the 3D. So that's why you see a lot of times people, they are going to think that you're crazy. They're going to think that you're weird. This guy is strange. I don't know, maybe your uncles or your friends may sometimes refer you to a psychiatrist. Let him go and see a psychiatrist, because that's what they know. Everybody who is waking up, people think they are crazy. People are recommending for you to go to psychiatrists and stuff like that. I had most of those things back in time, and I realized that there was nothing wrong with me. I was just seeing the truth for what it is, and I just decided to let people go. Okay. Now, somewhere along your journey as well, you may be tempted to go back to sleep. Okay, you may be tempted because you see, your 3D world is very familiar to you. It has always been familiar for years, and even that you have awakened, you haven't yet stepped fully into this awakening. Even most of the times, you have not even found a purpose. Let's not even talk about healing yourself. So there's this world that is known to you, used to family members, used to work, used to this and used to that, wives and husbands. And sometimes you're feeling like that's the only world you can understand. You're used to recognize. You can see the truth, but you're struggling with the truth. Okay. Now, that's where I've told you guys that sometimes you will see in that moment where people are going to gravitate slowly and go back to sleep for a while. Yes, they have seen the truth, but they're going to go back to sleep. I've got a family member, I've told you guys many times. And I was telling this family member that, listen, I want you to pay close attention. That man that you're talking about is a narcissist. They could even confirm this. Yes, Denzo was saying the truth. The man is a narcissist. But I would later on figure out, like in a couple of weeks or 2 or 3, they were back with that same guy that had discarded them. So there is some things that I would tell them that I could see on the 5D, but they could not be able to understand these things on the 3D. Okay. So on the 5D, they could understand on the 3D, but they couldn't understand on the 5D. So basically, this awakening is like there are some souls that are not yet prepared for this awakening, because this awakening is like something that takes you by surprise. You just wake up one day and everything just snaps. You just snap out of the blue and you just start making sense of everything. And there are some people who are not yet, yes, however much you may sometimes tell them some stuff and everything like that, they are not yet on that consciousness. They are not yet ready to wake up. You could tell them some things, they could see it in front of their eyes, you could even slap them a little bit. You may believe that they've understood what you're saying, but they cannot understand you. I've had some sessions sometimes, and way back in time, I think, a couple of years. And I could do these sessions, but I was simply talking to somebody who is not awakened. Okay, so they was not yet ready to awaken. You could tell them some stuff, and they were like, okay, you thought even sometimes you could think they understood you, only for you to figure out that they were not ready. They were not ready. They were not yet prepared for this, and sometimes they went back to sleep. But for a chosen one, let me tell you something. The moment you have been triggered to awaken, and you have been activated, I can promise you, you will never eat the same food. You'll never sit around the same people. Your sleep patterns are going to change. You will see yourself gravitating away from family members and friends. You will start to hate relationships. One of the things which happened, actually, I remember those days, because I used to be involved with a lot of very toxic girlfriends back in the days. I would just attract toxic girlfriends, and I couldn't understand why. When I saw these kind of entities on the 5D, what was really going on with these people that have been involved with over time, I was like, I'm going to break this cycle. I don't have any business to do with these evil people. I'm going to break this cycle by force. So that's when I stopped dating. And I put a lot of work inwards into myself and started healing myself. So for a chosen person, when you're activated, it's like God, the Most High wants to push you very far into your purpose, push you a little bit deeper into your purpose so that you can be able to, live a normal life and even sometimes help the people around you. But going back to sleep means that you are not going to be able to achieve your dreams and goals and to stand in your power when you are in sleep mode, because you now understand the difference between sleep and awakened. You know the difference. And you're not choosing to go back to sleep. So you're choosing to further go back into your awakening. So that's when you see a lot of times chosen people, they start going down the rabbit hole. They have discovered the truth. And that truth will also trigger them to go very deep into the rabbit hole. They want to know more. So they are going to research. They may read some books. They may get a lot of knowledge. Even sometimes they may get insights from other chosen people. Me personally, when I was waking up in the beginning, I didn't know what an awakening was. Okay. So I would later on learn. I started learning from some other teachers online, discussing things about spiritual awakening and what was going on. So that's when I knew actually what was going on. So I started learning more, and the more you learn, the more you know. The more you know, the more you learn. So you start going down this rabbit hole. And sometimes there can be a case whereby you start looking back in time. You may look back in time and you feel like, have you really gone very deep in the rabbit hole? Do you really need to stop and go back to where you started, or do you just need to carry on and go? So me, I chose to go because I wanted to know more. I wanted to get more enlightenment of what was going on. Okay. So for a chosen person, going back to sleep is not an option. Okay. That one is not an option, because when you go back to sleep, you're simply going to go back to that old version of you and pretty much do the same things you've always done over time and over again. The same kind of cycles, toxic cycles that you have been involved with. And you're not going to choose that option, because that is not an option at all. You're just going to choose to keep on evolving and growing to become the greatest version of yourself. So let us know what you think about the video, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's Nikymus signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.